Here we are getting ready for this showdown between these. And here. This bout, you can tell both of these fighters are exuding. And there's the bell to start round one. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. They better start respecting each other's punching power. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
To beat a counter puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
Nice counter shot. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
A perfect counter shot. A straight right just misses. Nice counter shots. Got out of the way of that right hook. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. His stamina is off the charts. Nice counter punch right up the... This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. The bell for round two. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
They exchange punches. Straight right, just missed, and down goes Crawford. What a blow to the head there. Let's see it again on instant replay.
That's lights out right there.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. You still want to fight?
They're on their feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
Oh, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
That counter punch caught him clean. A perfect counter lands. That hook won't score. Straight right just misses. 10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Let's talk about Crawford. And there's the bell to start round three. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
powerful counterpunch. The right hook misses. Is he going to punch himself out, though? When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
The jab doesn't quite connect. Nice counter. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
The bell, sometimes it can be the...
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
How about that time counter shot? There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Good counter punching. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Good counter punch. And that hook misses. And he scores with the counter. Swing and a miss with that uppercut. Just missed with that jab. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Every second, every minute of this.
Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the 5th. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Just misses with that jab. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched. skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Incredible work rate. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight, it's the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. This is the beginning of round 6. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Crawford got hit hard and down he goes. It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come to me.
They're back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
Look at his corner. Look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down. Make the most of the count. Get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee. Save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner. Somehow get to the end of the round.
It's a good start to the round for this guy.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or a little bit of a mousetrap.
You have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Misses with the straight left. His stamina is off the charts. It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive and then give it back.
Here comes round 7. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
His stamina is off the charts. Punch, counter punch. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
That right hook catching air. Missing with that jab. That counter shot lands. He threw a punch and just got countered. Beautiful counter shot. They threw the hook. It didn't land. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Now you start wondering. And there's the bell for round 8. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
That right jab just misses. Patrick Royko right now stumbling around. Patrick Royko goes down hard. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
I need to see that again.
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Those counter punch, and that could be the beginning of the end for Royko. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. No surprise there, a unanimous decision.
This is the last.